Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 82 and today I want to start things off by saying I apologise for the fact that recent Hermitcraft episodes have been incredibly redstone based. Okay, we have been doing a ton of redstone recently. I actually just watched back the video where I start work on this thing, where I start placing in all of the redstone, I do all of the piston feed tapes, and I think I do some of the yellow circuitry and some of the orange circuitry. In fact, I do all of the yellow circuitry and some of the orange circuitry, and it's incredibly redstone-y. For those of you who don't particularly like redstone, I apologise for that episode of Hermitcraft, because that was fairly intense. Now, in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, where we actually worked on this thing, I tried my best to mix it up a little bit by doing some terraforming over here as well, and I'm considering doing that today, because in today's episode, what I really want to do is I want to finish this thing up. Believe it or not, we're actually getting this thing done. I can't believe how smoothly it's gone. We've had absolutely no issues whatsoever. We've managed to get everything completed, and all we have to do today is all of the randomizer circuits, hook up this display, and get all of the items in the system, and that's it. He's good to go. I can't believe how smoothly this has gone. Another thing that I think is quite clear is the fact that I way overestimated how many redstone resources I was going to need for this project. Look, I've still got about 2 stacks of redstone repeaters left. I've got a ton of comparators. We've got loads of hoppers, sticky pistons, loads of redstone torches. However, we're actually going to need a lot of hoppers today, a lot of comparators, and a lot of redstone torches. So I could potentially eat my words at this point in time. For anyone who's a little bit confused, this is what we are essentially going to be building in today's episode. This is the randomizer parts of our chap that we're building here, the Samumbo Questalot bot, and looking at it, it's actually really small. I mean, we should be able to get this done really nice and quickly. It's going to be functional by the end of today's episode, ladies and gents. Amazingly enough, this is our 8 option randomizer, all done and dusted. The way that it works is we place 8 different items inside this dropper right here. We then have 8 different sets of items inside these hoppers, which obviously corresponds to the items inside the dropper. The dropper sends out a randomizer, and it makes its way into one of the slots in our item sorter, which then triggers one of these outputs right here, which runs into our RS NOR latch, which makes the selection of what item needs to be gathered for our quest spot. That is how that one worked. I hope that you followed that one. But now what we have to do is chuck in the redstone line, which takes the output from this signal. We give it 4 ticks and then some redstone dust. And there it is. All connected up. I mean, that is plain and simple, isn't it? Now we just have to run the outputs of the redstone torches up into the redstone lamps. And this thing is finished. I cannot believe I'm saying those words so soon. I've actually just realised that the display that I've built on the Hermitcraft server is considerably smaller than the one that I built in my testing world. This one has only got 1 block between all the redstone lamps, whereas the one in my testing world has got 2 blocks between all the redstone lamps. And the reason I did that is because I didn't think I'd be able to fit in all of the redstone, but by the look of things, I have managed to do some super compact bits, and it seems to be working. It all seems to be okay if we just run a repeater out of here, and then we can run that up into a block, and we can take the redstone line across from that point into the redstone lamp. That will be the final redstone lamp to link up. And it doesn't look like, to me, there are any connectivity issues. Now, of course, there's a chance that I'll turn this thing on and all of the redstone lamps will switch on because they're all connected to one another. But for now, I think I've got independent redstone lines all over the place. Well, if that is the case, and that actually works, this is finished. This project is finished. I can't believe it. I know I've said that so many times in today's episode, and I'm sure there's some of you sat there thinking, oh, it's not too big. It's not too big. If you actually look at it, it's not a ridiculously big project, but the amount of design work and effort that went into this thing, and just the amount of time that I spent trying to work out all of the different redstone contraptions, I'm just gobsmacked that it's been such a smooth process on the Hermitcraft server. In my inventory, I've got all of the items that Samumbo Questalot bot wants, and then I've got all of the items for the randomizer. All of these are going to be placed inside the item filters, which are going to be controlling the system. All of the items are in place for the randomizer, and all of the items are in place for our item sorter over there. If we hit this button, we should see we'll get an output through the RS NOR latch, and we do! Alright, so one of these redstone torches is activated, which means that we should have one of the lights of the screen activating as well. Let's try and muddle our way out of this little hole right here, and we'll take a look, because this is sort of like a moment of truth here. I want to see if I've actually managed to create this redstone display correctly, and by the look of things I have, but having the item frames in front of the redstone lamps probably isn't my smartest idea. It's not the best design decision because it's quite difficult to be able to see them, but anyway, I'm going to start chucking the items into these things. So the first one we need is gold, then it's diamond, then it's redstone blocks, iron blocks, lapis, sea lanterns, and then the quartz. That is the specific order. So it goes like that, and we work our way up through the system, and then we'll have a fully filled in display section. Well, to be honest, I don't think there's too much left for me to do. I think we just have to bite the bullet here and say it's as ready as it's ever going to be. So I've chucked all of the items into the heart of the system. This is like the timer of the system, which tells us how happy the machine actually is. And I'm just going to look around, make sure that I replaced all of the redstone. That's all going in the right direction. Okay, so this guy is starting from dead. Okay, he's going to start from dead. And when we place a sea lantern into the system, he should begin to come to life. Now, this is a very nervous moment. I'm so nervous right now. Oh, let's just do it. Here goes. Sea lantern has been placed in. My heart is in my mouth. I can barely speak. That's good. Oh, this is good. This is good news. But it doesn't look like the redstone clock is running. Okay, the happiness is increasing. He's on his way up. Right, okay, this guy is going to come to life soon. I mean, all of the pistons are extended right now, so it's not going to change faces as the redstone increases, because otherwise that could potentially break the system. But when the happiness level reaches the top, these pistons will retract, and then that will send the happiness face through the RS NOR latch, and it will tell the piston feed tape to go to the happy face. At least I hope. That's what's meant to happen, but so far so good. We're actually getting action when we place in the sea lantern. The only thing I will say is that I don't think the randomizer changed. It could have changed, but we could have just got really oddly unlucky and had a 1 in 8 chance of getting sea lanterns again, which is entirely possible. Here goes, final redstone lamp now. This is the last one. This is the last one, okay? When this redstone lamp turns on, then the RS NOR latch should turn off. All of these pistons should retract, which they have. Did you hear that? That was the RS NOR latch firing. Now, I really hope it stops on the happy face. If it doesn't stop on the happy face, then I'm going to be very, very upset. Here goes. That noise there was me throwing my arms up in the air, because this thing actually works. Look, he's alive, he's happy. Now we just have to throw the items into the item hopper, and this thing is actually running, and we have to keep him alive. This is actually quite a big task in itself. I hadn't really thought of that. I just want to say I apologise for giggling like a little schoolgirl in the previous clip. I'm really, really excited right now. Seriously excited, and I'm struggling to hide it. But anyway, just in the process of fixing up the randomizer. By the look of things, I forgot to place in a repeater, which means the redstone signal wasn't reaching it. But then this thing will be fully completed. How is this skeleton not burning up? He's just standing there like completely normal. And he has a fairly flat out bone. Now, that was bizarre. Am I right in saying that was strange? Two things. Number one, our guy is going from happy to straight-faced, which means that this is actually decreasing in happiness a little bit faster than I was expecting. Oh. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Have I placed in something? Have I broken something here? I'm very confused as to what's happening. I don't fully understand what I've done. There is a chance I've cut off a redstone signal, and that is causing our pistons to cycle round. I think that might be what's happening. Oh no. That, my friends, is definitely one for the spoon counter. 14 so far in the Hermitcraft series. I wouldn't say we're doing that badly. And also, terraforming is coming along nicely, but it's very, very difficult to do in this area right here, so I'll keep you posted. So guys, I've made a tiny bit more progress on the terraforming, and I'm just in the process of chucking in the window that is going in on the top, because I've decided that I want to be able to see some of the redstone, okay? There's a lot of redstone circuitry down here. I think that the redstone circuit actually looks really cool with all of the different colours that we've used, so it would be a shame to cover all of it up with dirt and the grass and things like that. And I thought it would be nice to be able to have a window up at the top so that anybody flying past with a LAKEY could just pop on down, or even if you're up in the witch farm, you can just look down and see all of my crazy redstone circuitry down here. I know that's probably a little bit strange, but I quite like it. Then, as far as the other terraforming is concerned, I've done something a little bit odd over here, because I've put dirt through the redstone circuit. You can see that we've got some redstone circuitry popping up. We've got some circuitry popping out of the side of the hill here. And the reason I've done this is just because I think it looks cooler than having a big flat dirt wall here. Can you imagine if we had to place dirt going up like this, and it would have to go up past this piston feed tape here, so it would have to go up to this level right here without cutting off any of the redstone. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that would look really quite ridiculous. So what I've done instead is I've placed the dirt through the system, and I have to say, I'm actually quite chuffed. I think it's worked out quite nicely. Let me just remove all of this so you can see everything that I've got going on and get rid of that one up at the top there. It looks pretty good. I mean, when the grass grows through it and we can grow some long grass and perhaps plant a few flowers, that will look really, really nice. And it sort of looks like this thing is now sat inside the environment as opposed to being like dropped in a box inside it. Just the final few blocks now chucking in on the outside, and that should be everything completed. So there we go. The hillside sort of forms around the outside edge of the redstone circuit, and hopefully that all looks okay. Now that one, that's a tiny bit more rough around the edges right there. That is definitely a lot more rough around the edges. I mean, we've got some pretty hard lines going on. Iskall would not be proud of me at this point in time, so I think I've got to chuck in a few more blocks, but then the grass will spread. I'll grab my bone meal, I'll start chucking in the stone and the cobblestone as well, and basically make this place look a tiny bit more like that, because, God, that's stunning. Discovered a slight issue with the design. I've fallen through that hole right there, and I can't get out. I've covered the entire area with blocks. I have no idea how I'm going to remove myself from this place. Hopefully this doesn't happen to any of the hermits, because I can imagine there'll be some redstone broken in that case. Now, as you guys probably already know, terraforming is one of my new favourite things. Okay, now that I've got the knack of it, I'm having such good fun doing it. And as you can see, this area right here, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I've chucked in all of the leaves and things, and that hillside is looking nice. We've got all of the grass going through the middle as well. That looks so, so cool. And the outer edge, of course, is also looking pretty wicked. Like, this looks so much better now that we have all of the blocks around it. It looks like part of the hillside, and I'm really, really happy with it. But of course, when I start terraforming, I start terraforming and I start really enjoying it, and I want to continue doing it, so I have started work on terraforming the outer edge of the spoon counter as well. I just can't help myself. Okay, as soon as I get started, I just have such a blast that I want to continue doing it, and I start finding new areas to fix up, and this was definitely one of them. So I've started mismatching some of the blocks, and I've started creating some nice shapes. Now obviously there are some areas that definitely need work. Okay, there are some seriously problematic areas right here. But the issue is that the piston feed tape actually runs up against these blocks here. So all of those blocks there, as you can see, there's a relatively hard line going across. That's where our piston feed tape is, which is quite difficult to work around. It is. It's increasingly difficult to work around because we've got about 3 blocks between the edge of the piston feed tape and the edge of the fence, which is quite hard. But I'm trying my best, and hopefully we can make it look good. Then I'll stop terraforming because I'm sure most of you find it really boring. Oh gosh, the terraforming is spreading. I'm now doing this hillside as well. When will it end? Oh, when will it end? Iskall, this is your fault. I'm going to stop doing redstone videos. I think terraforming videos are the way forward. That, my friends, is enough terraforming for one day. Okay, I'm fully terraformed out. Total lie. I really want to do more, but I'm not going to do any more in today's episode because this is looking nice. I even got a tiny bit carried away and did some of that hill, and obviously that area is looking lovely as well. And may I just say, super chuffed that this thing is working. So very pleased with how much progress we managed to make over the past couple episodes. But anyway, we're now going to be leaving this area behind. We're going to be popping off to the brown district because I want to see if there are any wither skulls in stock. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Here goes. No. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Creeper head is 16 diamonds. I mean, Cub fan, I would greatly appreciate if you have any wither skulls lying around, just let me know. So, my plan for the rest of the episode is to actually do some villager trading, because it's been ages since we've done some villager trading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to organise all of my villagers, hence all of these signs right here. I'm also going to get myself some new villagers, try my best to get better trades with new villagers, and also get a bunch of emeralds and a bunch of awesome tools as well. That is the plan for the time being. I hope it all goes well. So, after a few forgetful moments, I have managed to label all of the villagers on this side of the system, and it's showing off all of the awesome enchantments that we have. So for example, we've got Silk Touch right there, we've got our Mending Villager down there, we've got a few cool enchantments in the mix as well. But currently, I'm in the process of looking for a Toolsmith with a good diamond pickaxe trade, and also I'm looking for more enchanted book trades, for example, the White Coat villagers. And let's see what this guy has. He's a Fletcher. That's absolutely no good. Get out of my system. Right, let's request another villager. I just realised that I actually broke the minecart rail, which means that all of the villagers that I've been sending out the system haven't actually been leaving the system, which means they're currently sat at the bottom of my villager trading system. That's not brilliant. That's not what I want at all. What? I didn't know we had this guy. I had no idea we had this guy. Right, 14 for efficiency 4. How long's he been sat in my storage system? I remember now. That's when I cleared out all the villagers. I handpicked him. Man, he has got some pretty sweet trades on him. Let's see what the other ones are. He's also got protection 2. And that's it. Well, efficiency 4 is good enough for me. Well, that's also a really good enchantment that's just come through into the sorting system there. 19 emeralds for fortune 3. That is sweet. Oh, this is going so well. And guys, we've got ourselves a new best villager. Look, this guy is doing an 8 pumpkin trade and also an 8 melon trade, as well as the lowest carrot trade. Fantastic! Oh, that's so good. Right, okay, let me just note this guy down. Best farmer 3. He is the 3rd best farmer that we have in this sorting system. And where's my fortune 3 guy? Is it him? Yes, 19 for fortune 3. That is bonkers. Let's see what other trades he's got. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't even think you could get Thorns 3. Is that a good trade? Is Thorns 3 worth having on some of my armor? Because, I mean, that would do some serious damage if we had it on every bit of armor. We seem to be on a really unlucky streak with the villagers at the minute. I've been doing this for the past 25 minutes. That's the first white coat that I've actually seen. But we did get this guy around about half an hour ago, which is pretty amazing. I mean, look, 16 Fortune 3, we've got 24 for Mending, and 14 for Frostwalker 1. Even if Frostwalker is awful, that's a good set of enchantments. But let's take a look at this guy. 2 emeralds for Feather Falling 2. That's actually not that bad. Let's see what other trades he's got. Let's quickly go through and see what we can get from this guy. Right, okay, we've got 4 emeralds for books. Let's just quickly grab one of those and unlock the next set of trades, which I believe will be glass. Let's quickly go to the end and get them. And let's see what his second book is. Hopefully it's something awesome. 17 for Feather Falling 3. This guy, he seems to quite like his Feather Falling, doesn't he? Right, let's see what the final book is. If it's Feather Falling again, then I will eat my hat. Okay, you ready? Efficiency 1. Terrible. Get out of my system. Whoa! Okay. We have managed to get ourselves an awesome toolsmith right there. Look at that. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 3, Fortune 1. It would have been nice to have, obviously, Fortune 3 and Efficiency 4. But that is good. That is a really, really good pickaxe because, of course, that means that we can just grab a Fortune 3 enchantment from this guy right here for 16 emeralds. And then we can get the Efficiency 4 one from this guy over here. Let's quickly chuck that on the sign because I do not want to be losing this guy. Today just gets better and better. I have just got a Mending enchantment for 14 emeralds. 14 emeralds for Mending. What's my current best? This guy over here has got 22 for Mending. I think we've got 24 for Mending over there and 28 over here. But that has got nothing on this chap. It's going so well. Even if I have gone through a whole stack of emerald blocks just trading with these guys. It's ridiculous. This guy right here is the last one that I've done trades with. And we're about to check out his diamond pickaxe trade. So here goes. Unbreaking 2. Unbreaking 2 for 13 emeralds. I mean, this is just rubbish. It's just terrible. I don't want you, and I don't want you. You're pretty awful. And let's check out this guy's trades. Right, he's got 14 emeralds for protection 1, and he's got, yep, fortune 1 and silk touch for 15 emeralds. Now, usually that would be pretty good, but we have got far better villagers than that in the system, which means that this guy is going as well. So, for the past 25 minutes, I've been trying my best to fill in these last 3 slots, and I haven't been able to do it. Now, this guy up here, he's awful. I've already checked him. He's got like 36 emeralds for projectile protection on the next trade, and I don't want to do that again because as you can see I'm running low on emeralds. But also this guy right here is a butcher, which nobody likes. So we got really lucky at the start of the enchanting session. We got tons and tons of really awesome stuff like mending. We got this guy right here. Yeah, he's pretty amazing. We got this guy. He's pretty good. This guy as well, he's not particularly bad. He's pretty bad actually, but we're going to keep him for the time being. But yeah, we got a bunch of really awesome villagers. For example, this chap, he's probably one of the best ones. But then towards the end of the session, we just got really unlucky, and we haven't been able to get anything particularly good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go AFK for a while, not to gather up resources. What I want to do is I want to see how many happiness points this guy loses overnight, because obviously this is the first episode that he's actually up and running. Let's see if he's lost any lamps. No, he hasn't. He is still on lamp number 1. So hopefully overnight he loses a few of them. We don't want him to die, we just want him to lose a few of the redstone lamps. So I'm going to get set up inside my storage system down at the bottom here, and let's see what happens. So, here we are then. We are back. Once again, we have managed to stay entirely on the server, which is always a good feeling. I'm quickly going to pick up all of the items that I had on me, or at least some of the items that I had on me. And let's chuck on the armor just in case, because I know there's probably a few zombies up at the top there. Let's make sure that all of my villagers are still here. By the look of things, they are. That is fantastic, because that always gets me a little bit concerned. Now it is time to see what level our chap is on, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick up some gold if I have it down here, and we will take it over to him so that we can refill the happiness, because that will be low. But by the look of things, we don't actually have any gold in this system, so let's see how low the bar has gone. He's still happy. He's still happy. It's still only on 1 bar. What? Wow. Really? That seems strange. That seems very odd. There is a chance that something is broken here. Because, let's face it, that seems a little bit mad. I have been at AFK for probably the best parts of maybe even 24 hours. And, well, it doesn't look like anything has really happened. We can take a look inside the redstone. I have a feeling there's a chance I have cut off this redstone signal right here. So that's the output for the hopper timer. And that goes through there. And it triggers this redstone line right here, which may be too long, come to think about it. There is a chance that there is something slightly off here. So those are our pistons. That's our redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, that would imply that the redstone line is a tiny bit too long, which means for this entire time... No, that can't be right, because the happiness is dropped. I'm so confused as to what's happened. I'm so confused. Oh! Oh! Oh no! What? What's happened here? Ah. When I was terraforming, by the look of things, some items fell into the hopper timer. Which means that it hasn't worked. Which means that hopper timer has not moved for the entire time that I was AFK. Which means that we have also just broken this entire environment for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Well, that is frustrating, but also at least that resolves the problem, because I was getting very worried then. I thought we'd done some of the redstone incorrectly. The only slight problem is that, of course, we still don't know 100% if it's working. We fixed that little problem, but there could be other underlying problems that are still around. So sadly, yes, our guy is still chuffed to bits. There's still only 1 redstone lamp missing, and there's a slight issue. I'm going away to LA, and this guy is now up and running. That means the chances are he's going to die immediately. Well, on that note, I think it's time to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.